In the previous video, we talked about VLOOKUP and exact match. Let's talk about VLOOKUP and approximate match with a few scenarios in this video. So here we have a dataset from a manufacturer who offers different prices based on the quantity we are buying. If we are buying a single item, he offers it for $14. But if we buy at least 10 items, he offers the same item for $12 each. If we buy at least 20 items, he offers for $10 each. And if we buy at least 50 items, he goes down to $8 each. If you go ahead and buy at least 100 items, he will offer it for $6 each. Now, if the customer wants to buy 1 or 10 or 20 items, that's great. VLOOKUP with exact match will work perfectly for this scenario. We can write VLOOKUP, 1 as our lookup value, this as our table array, and we want to return the second item and an exact match, and we will get our price. But what if a customer wants to buy 30 or 60 items? For that, the exact match will give a not available error. Although we know that if customer wants to buy 30 items, he should get it for $10 each because the items are more than 20, and for at least 20 items, he or she can buy it for $10. Since the items were less than 50, that's the best price they will get. So how can we make Excel understand this, that instead of returning NA, it should have returned $10? Well, we can do that by using approximate match for this. Everything else will remain the same. We just need to change the exact match to approximate and we will get what we were looking for. Let's analyze what happened here. Now Excel knows it may not find an exact match, so it looks for the greatest value that is lower or equal to our searched value. So Excel will start with the first row, and now we know that 1 is less than 30, so the customer can get the product at this price. But instead of stopping here, Excel will check the next row to see if that is less than or equal to 30. Since 10 is less than or equal to 30, Excel will discard 1 and will now consider the price for 10 items, and it will move to the next row to check if the next item is less than or equal to 30. The next item is 20, so that is the case. It will discard 10 and it will now start considering the price for 20. When it moves to the next row, it identifies that 50 is greater than 30, so it will stop looking and it will show the price for 20 items as our approximate match. One important thing to remember is that the other rules for VLOOKUP still hold, like we should start our range with the column where our value is to be searched, otherwise VLOOKUP will not work. And here for approximate match, we have one more additional rule. The column where we are searching for our value should be sorted in ascending order. If the column is not sorted correctly, we will not get the correct answer. For example, if we insert another entry at the end, which suggests that if the customer is willing to buy at least 25 items, they can buy it for $9. Ideally, we should now get $9 as the price since we are buying 30 items, which is more than 25 items. But because our column is not sorted, Excel looked at 20 and after that found 50 as the next row. So it showed the price of 20 items. But if we just sort our list to be in the ascending order, it will start showing the output correctly. Remember, Excel did not give any error. It just showed incorrect result. So it is up to us to ensure our table array where the search or lookup will happen is in ascending order. Let's look at another scenario where the bonus will depend on the amount of sales done by the employee. If the sales is 100%, they will get a 5% commission. If it is at least 120%, they will get 7% commission. If it is at least 150%, they will get 9% commission. If it's more than 200%, they will get 15% commission. Again, we choose the same method. Sales percentage will be our lookup value. We will select this range as our lookup array, and we will select 2 as our third parameter to return the commission percentage, and we will select an approximate match. Now, based on our sales, our commission will change accordingly even though we don't have a perfect match. If the sales percentage is less than our minimum value, which is 100, Excel will return NA, because as we discussed earlier, Excel looks for the greatest value that is lower than or equal to our searched value. Now we entered 90 and the lowest value in our range is 100, so it could not find any value which is equal to or lower than 90, so it returned NA. If we change this 100 to 89, it will find at least one value which is equal to or lower than 90, so it will start returning 5%. Again, for approximate match, our list should be in ascending order and the greatest value which is equal to or lower than our searched value is returned by approximate match. So approximate match is really helpful when we are dealing with an ascending table like tax brackets or the scenarios we discussed in our video. Hopefully this clarifies all your doubts related to approximate match and when should we use it. I will drop in a couple of questions at the end of this section so you get a better hang of it.